Hello, YouTube. I'm going to be talking about God turning America over to some different things. America has turned away from Jesus Christ to a large extent. And I could go into all the things that America's done that shows that. But I really don't have to. I think most people know America is a lot different than it used to be. It's just a lot different. And if you look in book of Romans, chapter 1, God talks about how he turns a nation over to their sin. And he talks about the different type sins that he will allow them to do. God restrains evil. Okay? If he didn't, Satan would go around and kill everybody immediately. All his demons, and Satan would kill everybody. God restrains evil people. There are people out in the world that if God didn't hold them back, they'd go out and kill people all the time. Okay? This is what God says in Romans chapter 1, verse 24. Well, I'm going to start in verse 23. 22, sorry. Okay, Romans chapter 1, verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds, and four-footed beasts, and creeping things. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. For this cause God gave them up to vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burning their lusts one toward another. Men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving themselves that payback of their error which was fitting. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind, that means an empty mind, to do those things which are not convenient. Then it's going to list the things he turns them over to. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, which is wild parties and stuff. It's where the word license comes from. License to do anything you want. Full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. That list, America's covered up with it. America, if you do your own studies, most people don't, but it's not difficult to study. America is the last days Egyptian society. America is also Mystery Babylon the Great. Ben Franklin said that the United States of America was the new Egyptian society. In Psalm 78, God talks about what he did to Egypt. And I believe God is going to do the same thing to the United States. Similar anyway, okay? Psalm 78, verse 47. There's one particular thing I'm going to talk about. He destroyed their vines with hail, and their sycamore trees with frost. He gave up their cattle also to the hail, and their flocks to hot thunderbolts. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath and indignation, and trouble by sending evil angels among them. That's one I want to talk about. Most people don't realize that. They usually talk about the 10 plagues God sent in the book of Exodus. But God mentions here He sent them trouble by sending evil angels among them. And if you look up the word evil and the word angels, you find out these are messengers, either human or angelic. Okay? Since it says evil angels, these are fallen angels. Or they're humans giving messages that are contrary to God. If you look up the original Hebrew, that's what it means. Messages that are contrary to God. Now, evil angels. If you do much Bible study at all, you know that stars are a symbol, can be a symbol of angels. Can be a symbol of good angels or bad angels, fallen angels. In Revelation chapter 12, verse 4, it talks about the dragon. The dragon is a symbol for Satan and a manifestation of Satan, of who people call Lucifer, but his real name is Hellel, H-E-L-L, H-E-L-E-L. That's his true name. That's in the book of Isaiah chapter 14. He's called Lucifer there, but if you look up the original Hebrew, it is the word Hellel. Lucifer is Latin for light bearer. The Catholics put that in there. But the real original Hebrew is Hellel. Okay, Satan, when he rebelled, 1/3 of the stars of heaven followed after him. That's what it means. The dragon took his tail and took out 1/3 of the stars in Revelation chapter 12, verse 4. That is symbolism for 1/3 of the angels followed Satan. Now, God says in Psalm 78, verse 49, that he would send evil angels among Egypt. I believe that's what he has done to the United States. He has sent evil angels. The word angel can mean messenger, either an angel or a human messenger. And evil, contrary to what God says. Look what's happening in America. Talking about stars now. Who are the stars in the United States? Mainly. It's people in Hollywood. And if you look up what Hollywood means, they used holly wood from a holly tree to make magic wands, which is talking about witchcraft. Okay? You have probably 90% of people that are in movies and television news giving messages like homosexuality is normal. They put down anybody that says homosexuality is a sin. They put down anybody that's Christian that stands up for what is moral. They talk about things that hurt the country politically. They talk about things that promote things that communism believes. Just about everything they promote is contrary to God. They promote abortion. So you have abortion, homosexuality. The movies and stuff promote fornication, and that was in the list of Romans chapter 1 that God turns them over to. They promote socialism, which is the step right before communism. And they are movie stars and television stars. And I believe the reason they do this is because they're influenced by evil spirits. And it is a judgment from God, just like the evil angels among the Egyptians was a judgment from God. God is judging this country in a lot of ways, but two of the ways is one, he's turned them over to sexual sin, rampant sexual sin, including homosexuality. And he's turned us over to evil messengers that are on our media 24 hours a day, going against what God says, which again, it snowballs. The more judgment we have, the more they promote what is anti-God, which increases the more judgment we have. And that's what's happening. We have evil angels among us. And it's a judgment from God. And it's not going to stop until each individual in America decides they want to repent of sin and turn back to the God of the Bible, which I'm afraid will never happen. America has fallen too far. But that's what's happening. God promises that he'll watch over his own. If you're born again, God's going to watch over you. But at the same time, every born again person, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct thy paths. Don't look at things from the human standpoint. Look at things like God says, not human way of thinking. I heard a few years ago, I heard somebody say, well, a man's got to live. And I was reading an article, and the Christian was saying, no, he doesn't. He just has to stand up for God. God bless you.